In this video, I'm going to show you how to unlock all runes in the Forge. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know by now that there is this rune maker over here available in the game, and you can go ahead and apply runes to your armor pieces and weapons. But I see a lot of people confused on which runes to acquire. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to actually unlock all of them, and I'm also going to tell you which ones I think are the best to apply. So yeah, for the sake of this video as well, I'm also keeping this to be in World 2, not World 1. Just because you should be coming to World 2 once you hit level 10 anyways, and you're not going to be good enough to apply a rune in World 1, I don't think there's no point in doing so. So yeah, if you guys actually didn't know, inside of the game, you can actually go ahead and go over to the index. And if you go to the enemies, you can actually look at the enemies that are available in the Forgotten Kingdom right here. And I don't have all of them slain for some reason. I don't know what this last one is, but I don't think it's too important. But if we go ahead and click on all these enemies, it will actually say the drop chance of every single thing in here. And that includes the runes, as you can see. Like this Elite Rogue Skeleton has a 1 in 25 chance to drop a Rage Mark rune, which is pretty cool. And then like the Death Axe Skeleton has a 1 in 40 to drop a Briar Notch rune, and then also a 1 in 25 for a Flame Spark rune as well. So all these do have different runes you can acquire. Well, actually no, I take that back, not all of them. I'll actually say I guess the ones that are available that do drop runes. So the Elite Skeletons drop the Rage Mark rune, which is pretty good for your weapon. The Death Axe Skeleton drops the Briar Notch rune, which can be good for armor depending on what drops you get or abilities you get for it. They recently added this Venom Crumb rune to the game, which honestly I'm not too sure if it's any good, but it does drop from this new enemy called the Blight Pyromancer, and I do have a couple of them inside of my inventory. However, I don't know if it's actually too good or not. I have not done too much testing with it. And then we have the Reaper enemy that has a 1 in 12 chance to drop the Drain Edge, which is also a pretty good weapon enchant, or not enchant rune, sorry, I keep mistaking myself, but yeah, definitely a pretty good weapon rune from here. And then that's pretty much it. The last one is gonna be the Bomber, because it actually does drop the Miner Shard, which is super important, and also the Blast Chip as well, which can be pretty good. But I think the Miner Shard is much more important than the other one because you can apply this to your pickaxes, obviously. So yeah, depending on which enchant or which runes you want to go ahead and get will depend on which enemies you want to kill. So if you do want to get like pickaxe runes, you definitely want to kill a lot of the bombers, which I find a lot of bombers located behind here, behind the Volcanic Depths entryway. You can go ahead and run back here, and in this like little area right here, I just usually farm in here, and I'll see bombers appear occasionally. Or honestly, a little more than occasionally. There's definitely show up a little bit. And then if you find one over here just like so, you can go ahead and kill it, and you'll have a 1 in 15 chance to get the Miner Shard. But as you can see, I did not get it. And unfortunately too, you don't have the ability to control what the ability on the rune is going to be. That pretty much just comes down to your luck, to be honest. You can't do much about that. I'm not too sure if a luck potion or luck like totems maybe have an effect on your drop, or not the drops, the enchants or that the rune is going to be. I don't know that your luck will affect that, because I don't think there's no way you'll be able to. But I mean, I could be wrong, who knows. But there is another bomber. Can we get a Miner Shard? Nope, we cannot. Alright, there we go. He's killed another bomber, and we finally got a Miner Shard. So we can go ahead and see if this thing is any good. And okay, it does have luck on it, but it only increases my luck by 11%, which isn't too great. But I think the max it can only go up to is like 15, so I guess it's okay. Maybe I'll save it to put it on my Demonite pickaxe, because they also did buff this thing a little bit apparently. Now it's 51% luck boost now. Before I think it had like 47, so it's a little better, but I don't know if it's actually still worth it to use yet. But yeah, that is how you acquire the Miner Shards. Now let's go ahead and go down to the Volcanic Depths to show off the last runes that I'd recommend getting. So yeah, for your armor pieces, I'd recommend putting on either the Rage Mark rune or the Briar Notch rune, and both of those do drop. From the Elite Rogue Skeleton drops the Rage Mark, the Elite Death Axe will drop the Briar Notch, and the Reaper will also drop the Briar Notch. Or no, I'm wrong, sorry, it does not drop the one I need. So you just need to kill the Elite Rogue Skeleton, and the Elite Death Axe Skeletons are going to give the best runes that you're going to want. So yeah, look around for these guys, and you can go ahead and just keep on killing them over and over. And they also do drop money as well, so it's pretty nice to kill these guys because you're going to get a lot of money too. If you have not seen my last video, I'd definitely recommend you check it out, because I showed pretty much the current best money method that's available in the game. Definitely until they either fix or add something that's going to be the best way to get money in the game. And then finally, moving on to your weapon, the best rune that I recommend getting is the Drain Edge. This is probably the best rune that's honestly in the entire game. If you could put this thing on armor, this would be so broken, but obviously you can't, because like the attack speed rune, or the trait, I mean, it does give a 13% increase in speed that can't go on armor, obviously. I mean, if it did, that'd be so broken. But yeah, this is like one of the better runes for sure, because you can get lifesteal, which is super helpful on your weapon, because every time you attack an enemy, you're gonna regain your health, which is so nice. And for that second ability, you can either get like attack speed. They have a crit damage, which honestly I probably wouldn't recommend. And those are the only two I currently have in my inventory. But yeah, you can definitely get some pretty good ones. As you can see on my Eye or Katana 2, both of the enchants I have are both drain edge, so they're definitely pretty nice to have. Which having that increases my damage by a pretty significant amount. I get 21% lifesteal, 32% increased weapon attack speed, and I think those are the only two that I put on it. But yeah, 32 attack speed increase is super helpful. It's actually insane how fast we can swing our katana. We can literally get like 3 hits on like pretty much any enemy before we even get attacked once, which is like really good. Even though we almost ended up dying right there, that was too close. And there is also one last rune that's pretty decent. That is also dropped from the bomber enemy as well. It's a 1 in 10 chance, so a little bit more common than the miner shard actually. But it's the blast chip, and this one's really helpful too because it will give you an explosion trait on your weapon, which is super nice. And depending on the second trait, you can find something really good. But unfortunately, both the ones I have are just critical damage increases. But the reason I don't have too many runes inside of my inventory right now is because I went back to the greedy K inside of spawn right here, and I literally just like gave him like pretty much all my runes. I went ahead and just like transferred my whole inventory pretty much. But yeah, that pretty much is everything to do with the runes. I also, before we end off the video though, I want to go ahead and see if I can potentially craft some better armor. Even though my armor is pretty good, as you can see, I don't know if I'll be able to beat this mithril chest plate, but I want to see if maybe I can get a better helmet or better legs would be nice. And you're probably wondering how I'm gonna get even better armor pieces, because the ones I have right now are actually pretty good. But let me just go to my forge. I'm gonna go ahead and be throwing in a bunch of ore, a bunch of lightite, and a bunch of mithril. Hopefully we'll be able to get some decent armor pieces that will maybe be better than what mine is. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in like 11 lightite for this first craft. I'll go ahead and do 11 ore, and then finally I guess we'll add the rest mithril. Although I should probably do more ore than mithril just because it's gonna keep my multiplier higher. Alright, we're at a 4.06 multiplier. We have a 54% chance for the heavy chest plate, so I think we're gonna go ahead and send this. So hopefully we can go and get something good here, and I think we just got a helmet, and on top of that, it's also, I don't think it's the Dark Knight helmet, so this is gonna be probably pretty bad. So yeah, definitely pretty unfortunate, but we'll go and forge this thing real quick still. And there we go, that should be the last one. I'm still kind of curious how good this thing was gonna be, and it's still 102 defense, which isn't bad, but definitely not good enough for me to use. Let me go ahead and run that back. We can put 11 more ore in, and then I guess we'll do some more mithril, but I should probably not do too much. I also forgot I should definitely be finishing this off with some obsidian too, because obsidian actually does give you an extra health bonus on the armor piece, which is super helpful. So hopefully we can get some of that in. But okay, I think this is pretty decent right here. Let's go ahead and see what we can get with this 3.91x multiplier. Is it going to be a chest plate? No, I think it's actually a really bad chest plate. That's like literally not what we want at all. It is lightite at least, so maybe it'll be like a quick movement speed build, but honestly I doubt it. And alright, this thing had 127 defense. That's actually pretty good for not even being the Dark Knight chest plate. I think we can go ahead and attempt this one final time. Let's go ahead and put maybe a little more ore because we have a lot of it. We'll throw in the rest of our obsidian, and then finally some more mithril, I suppose. But okay, there we go. I took out a couple ore just because I want to try and get leggings if possible, or a helmet, not really a chest plate because I already have a good chest plate. So yeah, here we go with the last armor piece of the video, and let's see what we're gonna get. Hopefully it can be something good. And okay, it's actually somehow is a chest plate. Literally after with like the lowest chance. That was not what I was expecting, but alright, we'll go ahead and forge it and see how good it is. Hopefully, not sure if we'll be able to use it, but we'll go ahead and see. And alright, this thing is actually 196 defense, so this may be better. Hold up. Okay, yeah, this is definitely better than my current chest plate, this mithril one. And okay, it does have 15% extra movement speed because the lightite, which is pretty nice. I have a vitality and negative vitality and the lethality, so that was actually a pretty good piece of armor. We can actually go ahead and equip this thing. My base of my current piece is 179, but this thing does have some really good abilities on it and some really good runes. So actually, you know what I might do real quick, because I think I can take off the runes actually if I go ahead and fail it, unless it somehow just doesn't fail. If I somehow succeed on a 30%, that would be ridiculous. But okay, there we go, we did get the rune back too. And honestly, this Briar Notch one is not too good. I think we'll leave that one on the other armor piece for now. So now we can go ahead and equip this better piece, and we're going to go ahead and enchant it as well. We also have over 1 million cash. We should definitely have enough money to be able to do anything we need. I did have obsidian inside this piece too, but unfortunately I guess I just didn't have enough for it to give me too much of a benefit. But still, we're going to go ahead and max this thing out as much as we can. We're going to get this thing to hopefully the 6th enchant tier, so we unlock the 6th slot. So hopefully we can get that to tier 6. Okay, we're on tier 5. Can we get to 6? And nope, we ended up failing. Can we get back to 5? Nope, we went back to 3. Can we get back to 4? And okay, well, we just got sent all the way back to the beginning and lost so much money, but thankfully money isn't too much of a problem. Can we please max this out? Alright, there we go. We got it finally. That did almost put me below 1 million though. I think we're going to be below 1 mil after this. I'm going to go ahead and throw on this Rage Mark rune because it gives me 23% for the Berserker trait and 10% extra movement speed. Definitely pretty good. We're definitely throwing this one on. And then for the last rune we're going to throw on, it's going to be this Briar Notch one right here because it has Thorns 1, which reflects 9% 10% of damage taken, and against with this one, which gives us 10% extra movement speed, so we can literally get an insane movement speed build with this. 35% extra movement speed just from the chest plate. That's so OP. And now with that thing on, we are running literally like a speed demon. Look how quick we're now moving through the map. So yeah, definitely pretty insane. We're gonna go ahead and sell our old chest plate now. That should put us back over 1 million. And on top of everything else, we also got here as well. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of everything, and we get a free 27k, so we'll take that. But yeah, now all my armor is actually IR armor too. So if we go ahead and click off for the visuals, that actually I should apparently be matching, even though I don't think my avatar really reflects it too well. But as you can see, definitely still pretty cool. But now looking at how insane my chest plate is compared to like my helmet, which still gives me 20% movement speed, and everything else is pretty good. It definitely does not compare to the chest plate, so I should definitely try to fuse a lot more materials like I just did again to get this super good piece of armor. I'm pretty happy with this, but I wish I could have gotten more maybe. If I didn't get so unlucky with the other pieces, I could have gotten some insane armor sets, but it is what it is. But yeah, boys, that pretty much is everything for the video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll try my best to answer up as many as I can. But yeah, make sure you guys head over to my Discord server if you guys want. A link of that will be in the description. Make sure you guys also check out my Roblox 2GC as well. This vortex orb on my shoulder is a pretty cool item. I really appreciate if you guys would buy it. And make sure you guys subscribe to the channel as well, because we're on the road to 100k subs. I really appreciate if you guys subscribe. And yeah, thank you boys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.